How is ocean water density influenced by salinity and temperature? Hey Zach, you think we can walk on this stuff?
Oh, let's find out. So Brett, what do you think? Is the reason why the ice is frozen because of salinity?
Yeah, I think so.
No, that's not what salinity is. Salinity is the amount of salt dissolved in a body of water. Facts that change salinity include precipitation, evaporation, and winds. Precipitation brings the fresh water into the ocean while diluting its salt concentration.
Oh, interesting. Beaker number 1 has a high salinity, beaker 2 is fresh water, and beaker 3 is a mix of water with high salinity and fresh water. When an egg is dropped into beaker number 1, the egg floats due to high salinity. When placed in beaker 2, it sinks due to low salinity. And when placed in beaker 3, it floats due to medium salinity. Salinity is the amount of salt dissolved in a body of water. Factors that change salinity include precipitation, evaporation, and winds. Precipitation brings the fresh water into the ocean while diluting its salt concentration. Yo, so does this ocean have ocean currents?
This isn't even an ocean, it's a pond.
What?
What are even ocean currents?
Ocean currents are continuous directed movements of seawater generated by a number of forces acting upon the water, including wind, the Coriolis effect, breaking waves, and temperature and salinity differences.
So have you heard of that thing called, Great Ocean Canyon?
No, it's called the Great Ocean Conveyor Belt, otherwise known as thermohaline circulation.
Oh.
Thermohaline circulation is the component of general oceanic circulation, which is controlled by horizontal differences in temperature and salinity. This keeps temperature consistent and global warming under control.
Does anyone know what this graph is?
Actually, a halocline is a subtype of chemocline caused by a strong vertical salinity gradient within a body of water. Because salinity affects the density of seawater, it can play a role in its vertical stratification.
But why does temperature change in the ocean?
Temperature changes in the ocean because molecules are more spread out, which means the density goes down. As water cools down, it becomes more dense by contracting. All the cold waters drive currents in one way, and the warm waters drive currents in the other way, creating warm surface areas in the ocean.
Temperature is the degree or intensity of heat present in a substance or object, especially as expressed according to a comparative scale and shown by a thermometer or perceived by touch.
Cold water is much more dense than hot water. The blue water in this experiment represents cold water and the red represents hot water. When the hot water is put on top of the cold, you can see the red color stays more towards the top and the bottom of the test tube is more blue in color.
Wow, I really never knew how much there was to learn in all the ocean and the salinity.
Yeah, there really is so much.
You can thank Mr. Malaxos for that. He's taught us everything.
Thank you.